Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone, this is Ashima. Welcome to the session. This is a daily current affairs session in which we are going to talk about daily news events in detail. And for those who want to practice questions and are preparing for examination, for them we have various amount of stuff and question series on Entry app. So you can download this app from Google Play Store, and after you download this app and you opt the language you want the app to run in or the series to run in, then you can attempt free mocks that are available, free quizzes that are available, and free live quizzes of current affairs which is available. So live quiz of current affairs is there. Mocks of banking examination are also available, completely free of cost for your practice. So no charge is going to be there. All you need to do is do the registration process, select the language and attempt the quizzes and the mocks. So do download the Entry app from Google Play Store. And now we are going to begin with the daily current affairs segment. The first news event we are going to talk about is submission on agroforestry scheme. Now, what has happened on this agroforestry scheme is, first of all, an MOU has been signed. A memorandum of understanding is between Central Silk Board and Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Now, Central Silk Board works under Ministry of Textiles. Right. So first of all, this MOU is important. That is between whom has it been signed. That is very important thing. Then this MOU is for setting up a convergence model. So first of all, what is a convergence model? Convergence model is incentivizing of farmers to implement the sericulture based agroforestry models. So basically, convergence model is when you incentivize the farmers or give incentives to farmer for doing a particular work. So in this case, it is sericulture based agroforestry models for which incentives are going to be given to farmers, right? Now, and in this way, what is going to happen? Make in India is going to be promoted, and Make for World vision, which is there of Prime Minister of India, that is also going to be there. Now, this convergence model is being implemented under a scheme, or this whole thing is under a one scheme. So, agroforestry and silk sector is under the Sub-Mission on Agroforestry Scheme, or SMAF scheme. Now, what is this scheme about? This scheme was launched in India in the year 2016 to 17. So, first of all, it was launched in 2016 to 17, and it was being implemented by Department of Agriculture, Corporation and Farmers Welfare. Now, this is being implemented in the states which have liberalized the transit regulation to transport of timber. And India is the first country to have a comprehensive policy. Which comprehensive policy we are talking about? We have a national agroforestry policy also. So, we have a national agroforestry policy which was launched in 2014, and India is the first country to have such an integrated policy. Central Silk Board, if we talk about, that is the agency that is going to implement the agroforestry in silk sector, and this board is a statutory body. This board is a statutory body, and this was established under Ministry of Textiles in 1948 under the Act of Parliament, right? Now we are going to go with the next one. SMAF scheme we have already seen, which was launched in 2016-17, implemented by Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare in accordance with the National Agroforestry Policy 2014, and this policy is for the first time in India, right? Then we have Desh Bhakti budget. Now, who has launched this Desh Bhakti budget? This is a budget which has been launched by Delhi government recently. So Delhi has launched Desh Bhakti budget recently, or you can say this budget of Delhi is being called as Desh Bhakti. Why? Because the theme of this budget is patriotism. It's a 69,000 crore budget, and it is completely themed on patriotism. Who presented the budget? The Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, that is Manish Sisodia, he presented the budget. Now, what have they done for patriotism in this? We have already, there's going to be next year 75th Independence Day of India celebrations. So, in that celebration, how much amount is going to be given and to which sectors? There are a lot of programs that are going to be held. So, for that purpose, various things have been done, like 45 crore rupees have been given for installing high masts for hoisting of national flag in 500 places. So 500 places are going to be identified, and over there high masts are going to be there, and for that 45 crores have been outlaid. Then Desh Bhakti period is going to be there in all the city schools, or there's going to be these like we have free period, science period. Similarly, Desh Bhakti period is going to be there. Also, 10 crores for programs on Bhagat Singh's life is going to be there on Desh Bhakti celebration. So all the celebrations are going to involve various freedom fighters. For that, Bhagat Singh's life is going to cover about 10 crores amount is for the covering of that, right? Now, economy of Delhi is currently the 13th largest in all the states and union territories, and seeing that, we can see that how much outlay has been given and where have they implemented that, right? Then we have SMS scrubbing. Now, what is SMS scrubbing, and before that, why is it currently in news? So telecom service providers are going to start the second phase of SMS regulation. So currently we already have SMS regulation policies that are going on in India, but now the second phase is going to start in this. So, who has notified this? It has been notified by TRAI. What is TRAI? That is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. That is TRAI. And TRAI is a statutory body which was established under Section 3 of Telecom Regulatory Authority of India Act 1997. And in this, now in the second phase, there's going to be SMS scrubbing. What is SMS scrubbing? That is, every SMS content will have to be first verified and then delivered to the user. So it is going to delay a process, definitely. It was started on 8th of March, and even on that day, it could be seen that various OTP messages and all, they were kind of slowed down. The process was slowed down, and that was because of this middle phase that has come, that is verification of SMS content before it is delivered to the users. But the good thing is that all the spam messages are going to be comparatively filtered out. And second of all, apart from that, all these unscrupulous messages, they are going to be stopped, and all the messages which are meant just for which are unverified or unregistered SMSs, all of them are going to be blocked by the telecom operators only, right? So there's no need for you to block, they'll be blocking it on their own, right? So this is a good step, although it's going to delay all the OTPs and all, but it's a good step to verify all of them. Then we have exercise dustling. Now, exercise dustling is conducted between India and Uzbekistan, and this was started in 2019 in the SCO meeting, which was held in 2019. In 2019, SCO meeting was held in Uzbekistan, and over there, this understanding was signed that India and Uzbekistan are going to run counter-terrorism exercises. So, dustling is basically a counter-terrorism exercise, right? And the first edition was held in November 2019. Second edition is being held now. So this is the second edition which is being held from 9 to 21st of March. Now, first edition was held in Tashkent in Uzbekistan, whereas the second edition is being held in Chaubatia near Ranikhet in Uttarakhand. Right? So this time the venue is India. Then a few one-liners. Switzerland has banned full coverings in public places. That is, no full face covering is going to be allowed in Switzerland. And that is for all the public places, which are, you can say, restaurants or public transportation facilities or cafes and all of those areas. But in certain places, a full face covering will be allowed, like all those sacred sites which are there for worshipping, or any time when they need to do it for their health and safety reasons. That is, if there's a huge amount of pollution and we cover the face, which we do in India also. So for that purpose, or for the safety, for example, there's a lot of rush, or a carnival is going on, or a celebration is going on, then in that case also, for the safety reasons, they can do it. But apart from that, it is not going to be allowed. An all-women art exhibition titled as Akshay Patra was held recently. Where was it held? At Lalit Kala Academy. Then ISRO and NASA together have developed a radar for joint Earth observation satellite. So it is between ISRO and NASA. And what is the name? So the satellite is SAR, Synthetic Aperture Radar. SAR, Synthetic Aperture Radar, has been developed by ISRO and NASA together. Then we have Odisha government, which has set up district investment promotion agencies or DIPA in 30 districts of the state. And DIPA is going to help in promotion and facilitation of investments. So Odisha is looking for more and more investment in the state, and for that they have established DIPA, district investment promotion agencies, in 30 districts of it. Then we have a threshold for mandatory e-invoicing. It has been lowered to 50 crores from 100 crore. Earlier it was 100 crores for which e-invoicing was necessary. Now this has been reduced and the new amount is 50 crores, right? Then DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, has conducted the final development test of AIP. AIP is Air Independent Propulsion. Now, what does this do? It is basically it is a system which will allow submarines to be submerged for a longer period underwater. That is, they can be functioning very silently and underwater for a longer duration compared to what they can go right now. So this is going to be in all the Kavarati class submarines, and so Kalvari class submarines it is going to be there, and this is going to ultimately enhance what we have as submarine quality inside water or underwater, right? So under Kalvari class you need to remember where it is going to be implemented for now. Then all helpline numbers of railways have been merged to a single number 139. Now, there were various grievance portal numbers which were there. By 1st of April, nearly all of them are going to be integrated to a single one, that is 139. There was also 182 helpline that is also going to be included in 139 helpline only. The single number for all the grievances or complaints or doubt clearing or whatever that needs to be done. Then Google has lended support to 1 million female entrepreneurs in India recently, and this development has taken place recently in light of when there was Women's Day celebration going on. So a virtual event for which Women Will was held recently. Women Will virtual event was held recently by Google to celebrate International Women's Day, and in this, a challenge was organized, Google.org Impact Challenge, which would give 25 million US dollar grants to all the social enterprises in India and around the world, to all those girls who are helping women and girls reach the full potential of theirs. Right. Now, with this, we'll be winding up this segment. It has been wonderful interacting with all of you, and I hope this session has been helpful to all of you with all the point making and stuff. So, I'll be seeing you in the next video with further more news events that are possible. Till then, do like the video, share the video, and also download Entry app for all further free mocks and quizzes that are available over there. Check those out. We'll see you tomorrow with fresh news events. Until then, goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead.